In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 4 different ways you can use Dollar Tree's window clings to make some awesome fall and Halloween decor. So if you're excited, let's jump in. Hi my friend, how are you doing this evening? I hope you are doing well. I am super excited today because we are going to be tackling on some Dollar Tree window clings to make some awesome decor. This is going to be fall / Halloween decor because you know I love my Halloween, and to me I like to incorporate both since I do decorate for Halloween. So this is going to be fall / Halloween decor, but I'm going to give you 4 different ways that you can use their window clings, and you guys are going to love these, so let's jump in. So starting off for the first DIY, I am going to take this large box here. You can see they come in 3 different sizes. I've never seen these at Dollar Tree. These are new to me. Let me know if you have seen these though in your Dollar Tree. I'm going to give it a coat of this ivory white paint. I know you can't really see a difference, but once it's dry, you can definitely tell. I'm going to paint all of the sides and the back, the inside as well. Give it a nice coating and let it dry. And you guys, if you want to get 30% off of this paint, which is a steal because you get this big old tub here and you get a whole kit that comes with stuff for your painting needs, just look in my description box and you can find 30% off. I think that's a great steal. Now that it's painted and dry, I do have this Farm Fresh. I just painted it, colored it in with a marker. You can use whatever color you want, but obviously I didn't record that because I didn't, you know how to color the wording with a marker, right? It's really simple. So now I'm gonna take my window cling that I would like to use, and I decided to go with this nice and little cute one with the double pumpkin here, and I want to place that on the center of the box sign. So I am adding a layer of Mod Podge down to the wooden sign first, so we can then go ahead and place it down. And I'm gonna try my best to smooth out any air bubbles and just really get it nice and smooth onto my surface. I just do that with my hand, but you can use something that will help you, like something with a straight edge, so you can kind of scrape it on and you can squeeze out all of those air bubbles. Once that is on, I am going to go over the entire thing with another coating of Mod Podge just to really seal in that window cling and make sure it's protected once it's on there. And then I'm going to let that dry so we can place down our wording. And I go over the entire inside of the sign because I want it to look nice and cohesive. Since this Mod Podge is the glossy one, you will tell if you just go over the pumpkins. So I go over the whole thing, let it dry. Now I'm going to place down my wording of Farm Fresh right to the top side of this sign and press that down as evenly as I can right there, and it's looking really beautiful so far. What I want to do is I want to add some little decor and embellishments to the bottom of the sign, because why not? You have that open space and it is a hollowed sign, so you can place some little fall stuff in there, whatever you would like. So I ended up taking some fall leaves and I'm making sure I cut off the stems so that it's just the leaves, and I can hot glue them down one by one to see, how much I would want in there and the colors that I want, and just play with it until I like how it looks. And that's really it with the leaves. Once I get my leaves placed down, I do want to go in with a couple of acorns that you can find at Dollar Tree. They are so cute, these tiny little acorns. I placed 2 down in the center of the leaves right on top of that pile, and I placed one laying down flat and I placed one sort of laying on top of the other one, and I think that is super cute. And then I go in with some yellow berries as well, just to give it an extra pop of color and make it look nice and full and just nestled on top of the leaves. And then I decided to go in with a bow, a green bow, and I added it flat on top of the sign. You can definitely add it on the corner or even in the front of the sign as you see here, but I decided to put it on the top of the sign, so I just placed it down with some hot glue, and that was it for this sign. And I absolutely love it, you guys. I think it is so simple and sweet for the fall season. You would have to let me know what you think. Next up, I have this sign here that is from a previous project that I just want to redo and give it a little bit of an uplift. So I have it here together. These are two of Dollar Tree's wooden planks. You would usually see them in their crafter square section where they have the box of just scrap wood and stuff. This is just two pieces put together, and I put it together with some E6000 and hot glue, and it's just to make one long sign. So this sign is going to get some distressing of this black paint as you see me doing here, because this one is going to be for Halloween, and I want it to look old and just weathered and a little bit spooky. So that is why I am distressing it. Once I distress it, I am gonna let it get nice and dry, and then we can start decorating this up. Look how cute these window clings are. I really love how these look. These are super cute. I'm just gonna see which ones I want to add onto this sign. So since I love Halloween, I tend to decorate fall and Halloween together because I love the overall aesthetic of the both together. I think it just goes together seamlessly, and that is why I sometimes tend to mix Halloween with my fall DIYs. And so I decided to put this little skeleton guy here that he looks like he's sitting down all happily. I put him right here on the right side. So I do add a layer of Mod Podge, and then I'm just going to place him down and smooth out those air bubbles. And I decided to also go in with a cute little pumpkin and some bats. I'm gonna do the same thing, adding some Mod Podge and placing those down. I thought this little sign would be so cute for a entryway because you can see, I'm not sure if you can see the little holes on the bottom of the sign, but those are to place screw in hooks, and you can get those off of Amazon. You can see that I am screwing one in here just to show you, because I'm not gonna put them on just yet. I need to place a layer of Mod Podge over the entire sign first. But once you place those hooks, it's going to be really cute because you can hang your keys in the entryway, or face mask, whatever you would like to hang on there, just to keep things organized. And now I'm gonna go in with some rub-on transfers just to make this look really nicer, and just make it stand out a little bit more. I want to place this hooray for Halloween onto the corner, and all you have to do is just scratch on top of it and peel up that plastic film. Then I'm going to go in with some stars and place those all around the sign just to give it a kind of spooky Halloween night sort of feel for this sign. And once those are down, I go over with a layer of Mod Podge over the entire sign, let that dry, add my screw and hooks, and you can see how beautiful this is. Now here you can also place down the decor, even from Dollar Tree. You don't have to use this as a key holder, but you can hang decor, and that looks really nice as well. I really love how this turned out. I think it is super sweet. You would have to let me know what you think as well, and if you would give this a try. I do love how I'm looking at it, and it kind of looks like a windy night of fall or Halloween. If you just use your imagination, that's what it looks like with the distressing, and I love it. And again, my friends, I know some of you don't like Halloween decor, but this isn't so spooky. It's more on the cute side, and I love it. And just your simple support, and I try to give you different things and ideas of different DIYs you can do with the window clings or whatever I am using for that specific video, other than trying to do things that other people have done. I try to invent new things. And yeah, so I hope you would continue supporting on my Halloween journey and DIYs every year. So we're gonna get started with the next DIY. I'm gonna be making two different types of jars with these window clings. I want to place this skull here with the candles onto the first jar, and I'm just seeing how I want it placed, but I'm just going to use my finger and place down some Mod Podge to the back of this little window cling, and then I'm simply going to place it down nice and slowly. If you're enjoying this video so far, my friend, go right now and give it a big thumbs up for me. Let's help me reach new viewers and grow our community. I'm going to go in with this ribbon now. Well, this fabric, I cut a strip of it, and I want to hot glue it all the way around this jar. The reason why I'm hot gluing it just so it can stay on there permanently, but you really don't have to because I am gonna tie it in the front anyway. So you can either, it's up to you if you want to hot glue it down. Once I get it all the way around the jar, I'm just going to double knot it in the front and leave it just like that with the ends hanging, because I just want it to look really rustic and, just organic on there. I don't want to place a bow in the center of it, but you definitely can. I'm gonna hot glue the tails down, the ends down, because I don't want them to stick up or anything like that. Then I take some rub-on transfers and I want to make a line of spiders to look like they're crawling up the jar. So I take the big one and I place it on the bottom, and then I go in with the smaller ones and place them, here and there, crawling up the jar. And there I was whacking a fruit fly out of my filming space. How rude. Anyway, I'm gonna go in now with this rub-on transfer snake off to the side of the jar as well, and I'm going to rub that on, and I think that is the final thing I use for I place onto this jar as the decorations. The only thing I do is take this little bat ring, I snip off that ring, and I use hot glue to place that to the center where those ends are of the ribbon on the top of the jar, just to give it a nice little embellishment. And before I show you the jar afterwards, once it's done, I am going to start with the second jar, and I'll show you both of them in the end. I'm taking some Mod Podge and I'm mixing it with a little bit of black paint into this separate jar, mixing it up really well, because I want to sort of try out this technique that I've seen on Pinterest, where you mix paint with Mod Podge and you place it into the jar, and it's supposed to give it a nice shade of color, and you can still have light come through it. So I'm just trying that technique. I'm not sure if it's gonna work or not, but here I'm pouring in all of that paint so I can then go ahead and spread it around with my paintbrush. So my initial thought with this jar was that I would use this chippy brush from Dollar Tree that is kind of sparse on the brush, and you can see it's creating those brush lines. You can see it in the paint. So I wanted that because I wanted, once this is all dry and I place a candle down in here, I wanted the light to shine through that paint still, and make it look nice, and because I want this jar to look like a night sky almost, and it sort of does look like that once it's all put together. You can see here it's drying up. You'll see in the end how it looks. It didn't quite come out how I intended it to. Maybe I needed to do something else to get it to look quite how I wanted, but it still didn't look wrong or bad. I still ended up liking how it looked. Now I'm gonna go in with this window cling of the ghost, the three ghosts here flying together. They gave me such a hard time to peel off. They did not want to come off for some reason. And this specific pack, I tried to peel them off, but the whole entire paper was coming up with it. And I was just here for about 5 minutes until I finally got it up. Then I could place it right down to the center of my jar. I just take Mod Podge on my finger and rub it on the back of the window cling and place it right down there. And I do put them sort of tilted how it was on the sheet, because I want them to look like they're flying off to the side. And so I go ahead and I try to rub out any of the air bubbles. Then I take this pretty strip from a Dollar Tree scarf and I want to wrap it around this jar the same way I did the first one. And I'm just going to wrap this one. I'm not going to hot glue it, and I'm going to tie it in the front, leaving those ends hanging down as I did the first one. And I'm going to double knot this one, and then I'm going to hot glue those ends down so they don't move. Once that is down, I am going to take this ring spider and I want to place it to the center of that ribbon, but I want to paint this spider so it's not so bright. You can leave it in the orange color. It does look pretty, but I want it to be a little bit blackish, so I paint it. I wanted it to sort of have two tones, that orange and the grayish. This is the same brush that I used to paint the jar. I'm using that mixed glue with the paint because it's just gonna work just fine onto the spider. Once it's dry, I clip off the ring part and just hot glue it to the center, a little bit off centered, going sideways. Once that is done, I add some rub-on transfers of some stars because again, I want this to look like a beautiful night sky once the jar is lit. So I rub some of the stars on there, peel it off, and that is it for this jar. For the first jar, I decided to add some black roses. I just clipped them off one by one. These are from Dollar Tree. I thought that was super cute to add inside of one of the jars, so you can have one with florals and one that's lit up. But obviously you can place down anything you want inside of these jars. And that was it for both of them, and these absolutely turned out beautiful. I really love the both of them, how they turned out. You can see in the flower one I added some of the moss that you can find at Dollar Tree, and I really do love them. I love how the night ones looks once it's lit. Now you can see the look that I was trying to go for. I still think that it turned out absolutely gorgeous. You would have to let me know what you think. Again, it didn't turn out 100% how I intended, but I still like to show you guys how the final result looks, so that way you know it doesn't matter if it doesn't turn out 100% how you intended, but at least you tried. And so this is how it looks once it's lit, and I still love it. You would have to let me know what you think once again. And if you've enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up for me, and do consider hitting that subscribe button so you can be a part of my YouTube community and family. I will see you all on the next one. Take care. God bless. Bye.